If you guys want to yap with me live, come drop by streams on Twitch at Mojine_ or on YouTube at MojineVT. Let's watch some. Wait, I need to watch my OSHII first, bro. I kind of miss him, bro. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna lie. Wait a minute. Okay. If you guys, I don't know if you guys will get surprised by this, but like I'm really quiet IRL because I don't really wanna talk in real life. To be fair, I don't wanna talk in front of people. Not that I'm saying that you guys aren't people though, but like, you know, like
8 semesters later.
Wait a minute. I kind of miss watching all of his videos. Let's watch more of my OSHII. Can you guys hear it?
Seth here.
Okay guys, we are gonna be watching Might and Magic 7 re-review. Also, I miss watching him so bad, bro. I don't think I even have his humor. I mean, not that I had it in the first place, but like, you know, I watching? We're watching! Okay, I'm shutting up now.
Hey,
for real.
people. Seth here. Pilgrim.
Hi, YouTube. Did you guys miss me? Okay, we're gonna watch now, for real.
Seth here. Pilgrimage.
Wait a fucking minute. Also, first of all, why is there a priest baptizing a fucking Labubu?
People. Seth
Why
here.
is there
Pilgrimage.
a Labubu
For
here?
some,
What
this
the?
means visiting the Vatican or Mecca. For me, it's replaying my favorite game and subjecting my audience to a series of moldy pixels.
Oh, that's what
Might
it
and Magic
looks
7
like.
for blood and honor. What it lacks in length and fidelity, it makes up for by the
Length
fact that it's
and
better
fidelity?
than any psychological
Wait,
Skinner's
isn't this-
box released today. There's a lot of party compositions, and technically
Artorias
you
and
could finish
shit.
the game with anything, but it would be extremely painful. Coincidentally, the default is probably also the most complete experience. Behold, my party. We pick Goblin
Wow.
Knight for the smoker's
Was that
voice,
supposed to be a dwarf?
To choose me.
a sorcerer and a cleric so we can actually have fun, and my thief is simply a product of socioeconomic condition. Emerald Island is the
Socioeconomic,
tutorial zone
bruh.
which you can never return to, which is a
You got
shame because
poor
it has one of
shit.
my favorite tracks.
Wow. Wait, actually, what year is Might and Magic? What the hell?
I use the
Fire.
GOG copy of Might and Magic 7. By pure
Whoa.
muscle memory, I start torrenting before remembering that I own it legally and in real life. We use Gray Face's patch for Might and Magic 7 to stretch for widescreen
addicted like
resolution,
that,
rearrange
huh?
the UI, and give us mouse look. Convenience for me is a necessity for you. You're not going to survive the arrow keys. Lord Markham's treasure hunt is the basis of our adventure. He
Whoa.
wants
It
to
looks
pawn off the
kind
shitty town of Harmondale in the
It
middle of
looks endearing, you know? The Art of Holocaust. It looks endearing. Is here in the video? Really?
contested territory between Arathia and Tularia, which both sides believe rightfully belongs to them.
It looks
we'll
so
need several
endearing.
items. A
It's
red
so
potion,
cute.
A perfect mix.
a seashell,
A
which you can find
perfect
stashed
mix.
to the north. It's tradition for me to do none of the fighting, as I lure dragonflies to kill half
Damn.
the town. This time I keep Mr. Malwick alive. His associates will have a favor to collect on in the future.
There's
It's a
something
lot more
wrong.
fun this way. As for rigging the contest, we don't really need the wand, but it's useful later on. A hat,
Whoa.
which you can trade for a red potion from Brent, a mentally challenged
What?
adventurer who can't make his own. A floor tile, which you get from the Temple of the Moon,
Whoa.
along with getting ambushed by another adventurer for your hat, who is also mentally challenged, because there's one in the drawer right behind him. A longbow, which you find on the floor of the Dragon's Cave, along with the missing contestants, and possibly a dead party member if you're not fast enough.
Let's get out of here.
And a musical instrument. Wait, what? 500 gold? We'd love to pay you. But I have a different idea. Originally,
Look at
I was
that
going to lure her out
animation.
of town with
Is
Alex
it-
Jones scream.
Is it actually? Can you say it's an animation or is more of a they plastered? I don't know. Can
And take it by force. But it
That
turns
looks
out
so
you
cool.
can pickpocket by pressing control. I killed her anyway.
Bruh.
Locating the missing contestants and completing the treasure hunt gets us a lot of experience. But we need
Ooh.
just a little more.
I did it.
We've been on this island for so long, my party is starting to go insane.
Bro, why
We
is
have a
that?
problem with this
That
one.
what is that?
A worthy
Why is he
opponent.
drooling, bro?
Whoa.
For a normal player, this is when you leave, or you can sequence break your entire experience. Buff yourself with the Day of the Gods and Fire Resistance Shrine, and go back into the cave. Then, we spend the next 20 minutes kiting a red dragon, as we chip away at its health bar. Fun fact.
Bro, you know what? For some reason, I feel like older games tend to have longer boss fights or something. Because I remember there was one boss fight in, well, it's not really that old, but like I remember there was like a long boss fight in Witcher 2. That's like
endgame monsters such as dragons
or
and
maybe
titans
I'm just
have
dumb.
a chance of multi-looting. You click the body, you get items, and it
I'm
doesn't
just
disappear.
dumb.
And if it does, you just reload. After save scumming for several minutes, I have enough artifacts and equipment to completely spoil my enjoyment of the game. So
that
we
looks
throw
pretty
them
cool.
into the
Well,
ocean.
actually, what the?
Taikisha becomes a victim of racial profiling and
What?
is banned from every store. We train to level 5 and set off to Harmondale.
Welcome aboard!
Hey!
But first, I have obligations to a client that pays invoices 3 months late. Because I'm not a bug chaser, I'm a bag chaser, and I'm addicted to the jingle of coin.
Jingle,
Warning,
jingle,
under
jingle.
18s may currently be watching this video. To verify that you're above 18, please
Dish ad,
open
bro.
your mouth in front of your webcam. Good. Now, move closer and smile for the camera. Goyim. Thanks to new online regulations, scenes like these are happening all over the world.
know
You
it.
could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and
What
courage
the
to be
hell,
free.
Diver?
Download
Reference.
ExpressVPN.
Okay.
What's a VPN?
I do
Well,
feel
let's check
like
Wikipedia.
he did use a reference of Helldivers before as well. Not gonna lie.
Okay, let me just enter my driver's license, social security number, and Costco membership. Just need to submit these and submit my entire identity on a silver platter to every single website
That's
I log
doobish
into.
dooganoo.
Because nothing says
Doobish
protecting the kids like forcing them to
dooganoo.
build their own perfect
Doobish
database to train
dooganoo.
AI deepfakes. What could possibly go wrong? So how
Da-
about we just
what the
don't
hell?
do that? Ah, there we go. ExpressVPN
Why
works
do
by
we
routing
say-
all of
why
your
do I-
online traffic through a secure encrypted tunnel. Any identifying information, most importantly, your location, will now come from the endpoint of this tunnel. So, if your connection doesn't allow you to see the content you want, you can use ExpressVPN to move that
Is
connection to
this,
one of 105 countries where you can.
Dark Souls,
Find
the
out how
first
you can
Dark
get 4
Souls,
months free
actually?
by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the
I
link
mean,
in
I
the
kinda
description
play-
box
I
below,
kinda
or by
did
going
play
to
it.
expressvpn.com.
Yeah, old games are more grindy.
Despite being the newly made Lords of Harmondale, our own people treat us like dirt.
Need a new weapon? Thanks for nothing, moneybags.
The nerve.
It's worth visiting every house
Bruh.
in town. Everyone has something to say, a quest to give, or skills to train. Additionally, you can hire NPCs. These can enhance your abilities or compensate for a lack of them.
Hire them to
he's
do
reaching.
what?
That was a
Whoa.
close one. Generally,
commit-
if they have a name, they can be interacted with. Unless they're called Peasant. This is a default name. Like a
Peasant.
fantasy version of Muhammad. Say it in public,
What?
and 20 people turn around. First order of business. We need to talk to our geriatric butler.
It doesn't look too bad in
Geriatric.
here.
It seems our castle is overrun with goblins, and it's time to evict them. And now, we draw straws for who gets to pick through the garbage.
I think I'm getting sick.
What the? Oh, because when you go through
The
the
castle
stuff, it's
is still a
whoa.
dump. We're too incompetent to fix it,
Kinda
so we have to ask the
realistic.
dwarves for help. Along the way, we find out Darren's brother Elrond has disappeared. They were planning to trade Magic the Gathering cards,
the hell?
but as his brother plays a blue control deck, he is a social pariah and has
What
taken up
the-
residence with a troglodytes in a cave to the south. We find no trace of him, only a deck of cards
Money.
and his dead
Never
body.
mind, deck
I
of
guess we'll
cards.
never truly know. Nearby, we can find the
Damn.
Arbiter, who acts as diplomatic mediator between the factions. More importantly, he can replace quest items without asking what I did to the last one. Before we proceed, we need promotions. Any skill in white can be trained. Any skill in yellow needs a promotion to attain, and those in red are restricted by your class. We could pursue
Okay.
anything, but personally, I hate walking. I want to fly and defecate openly on people's heads. To this
Whoa,
end, we
that's
have
a-
to go to
wait.
the worst.
That's a griffin, right? Fuck ExpressVPN. Why? Do you like Exit Lag a lot better?
Area in the game, Brakata Desert. Nothing is reachable except
That's
by
a griffin,
teleport.
right?
Everything is a platforming
I
nightmare.
know that
and
shit, bro.
there's a wishing well in
Oh, a
town that only grants a single wish. Death.
I am so Dead.
For the sorcerer promotion, we need to build a golem. Unfortunately, the eBay seller has
golem?
misdelivered all the parts and offers no refund. We have to
What
track them
the-
all down from a bill of sale. Naturally, none of this is explained to you. Also, the chest contains a faulty head, which will cause the golem to go berserk. So let's go get the real one. Next stop is Barrow Downs, another area that sucks.
Gargoyle?
Ghosts cause artificial
Ew.
aging. Gods explode on death. And I failed to disarm the next chest.
Oops.
Good thing I have insurance. Next is Tatalia. I meant to have water walking to reach this island, but that's skill points I don't want to spend.
You are drowning. Well, they have cutscenes like these.
Defeated. Death is not your fate today.
I'm starting to think. Disarm trap expert might not be enough. Okay, I got humbled. Water walking is a necessity for the Avli
Water
shipment. I got murked
well,
by
I
the water
mean,
elemental several times
makes
and
sense,
had to
bruh.
reload. But it's all worth it, because the last two shipments are in Deja.
Whoa.
We trail around town to avoid a restraining order, slaughter some harpies, and get our remaining parts. We assemble our golem and turn our sorcerer into a wizard. Now we're traversing in style.
Ayy.
You don't have to do it in this order, but it makes our other promotions easier. For
Whoa.
Knight Cavalier, we have to clear out a haunted house in Barrow Downs, during which
Ew.
Rogan
Bro,
develops
that
a
looks
fluoride
like
stare.
that one game
Unfortunately,
that I
the only
played
person who
type
can
of shit.
cure paralysis is currently paralyzed. So I have to reload. For Vtuber,
Wait, what?
to even be able to talk to our quest giver, develops a
He is-
fluoride stare. Unfortunately, the only person
Oh,
who can
he's
cure paralysis
paralyzed.
is
With
currently
him as well.
paralyzed. So I have to reload. For Vtuber, to even be able to talk to our quest giver, we need to fight past British teenagers.
the hell is happening with
inside
the ground?
rankest septic tank sewer gutter. And then we need to pay Lord Markham a visit and dash out with his antique vase.
looks
This is
so-
widely considered to
looks
be
so
one of the
cool.
hardest first promotions,
old
which can also be
games.
completed in under 12 seconds.
Well,
And finally, for Cleric to Priest,
Not
we
the
need to find
speed
the
run, what the
navigational map to Evermorn Islands.
what the heck?
Sorry.
With everyone promoted, now's a good time to visit the Warlocks and learn
I
Master
like
Water magic.
how they're doing like a reaction as well while you do
Unfortunately,
shit like
they're
this.
only accessible through a set of shitty tunnels
That's so
under Stone
cute.
City. Beholders put you to sleep and make you insane, and Minotaur Lords have a
Oh
chance
my
to cause
God.
instant death. We're not even going to
Bruh.
try fighting them right now. Instead, we go invisible and sneak past them. Mind the hitboxes. Even a light brush against a frenulum is game over for us. Town Portal is a
you're
major
dead meat.
convenience for getting around, which is why the trainer has to be located in the most inconvenient location in the game. As our party is geared and skilled up, we can proceed with the story.
Oh, what a waste of time.
I
Unfortunately, Taikisha is arrested for an unpaid parking ticket and we go to
What?
prison. A year later, we've served our sentence and can finally talk to the
A
king.
year
It
what?
seems his dwarves went off to romance the Medusas, who didn't take kindly to the advances of our short kings, turning them
What
into
the-
stone. Everyone we need to rescue is on the top level, and we never actually have to
Them
interact with a
dwarves
single
look a
Medusa.
lot
However,
more-
sabotaging
a
the
lot
elevator suspension
taller
is still free XP. We
type of
return
shit.
our manlets to the king. He sends out his engineers and
Manlets.
advises us to watch our backs. As the first Lords of Harmondale that
Whoa.
aren't completely incompetent, we're forced into politics. The castle may be fully repaired, but now it's occupied by vultures. Araphia and Avli are
What
at
the
war,
fuck?
and they've sent for ambassadors to try and forge an alliance. Humans currently hold the border, which the elves claim was stolen during the Timber Wars. Neither of them recognize my legitimate claim to the land, as collector of several knickknacks on a remote island. Because of this, we're going to play both sides. Queen Catherine wants us to extract her spy before he's executed, while King Parson wants the floor plans to Fort Riverstride. Budget cuts and
What is
austerity
happening
have
to
hit
that,
the
bro?
military,
What the
as
hell?
you'll be hacking through elves armed with branches and women armored from head to toe, but nothing in
Ayy.
between. As the war is ongoing, these quests are timed. In a
Happening
month's
with the
time,
fucking
they'll call for a
politics, bro.
ceasefire. Both will go
Type of
pray
shit.
at the
Whoa,
Wailing
that
Wall
looks
in
so
Bricata, and
cool.
everything goes back to usual. You
Damn.
can choose to screw over
Wait,
each
that
side
looks
by asking
bye-bye
the
as
king
fuck,
for a
man.
lookalike
Like
and the
the-
queen for a
the-
fake set of blueprints. However, this
alphabet
grants
type
less
shit.
experience, and prior to the patch, none at all. Bizarrely, you can also choose to screw someone over, feel bad about it, confess to their leader, and get executed. Which has no impact on your ability to make small talk with the king. And now
What?
we wait around, gawking at the caked up elven peasants. Hate to see him go, love to watch him leave. I don't want to go back to jail, so our
my
next
God,
best
what?
option to advance the story is spend a few months training. When we get back, Judge Grey has a heart attack. As Lords of Harmondale,
Really?
we reserve a right to choose his
They
successor.
actually do-
This is where the game branches off.
They do time skips a lot. Is that what it is? I thought I had to check. Team Aqua are certified. What is that? Are you making a Pokemon Chrome? Oh man, like, gotta love how Seth breaks this
I
game.
recommend saving beforehand.
Type shit.
Judge Fairweather represents the Wizards of Bracada and successfully negotiates a peace treaty between Arathi and Avlee. Judge Sleeve
Bro, isn't
represents the Necromancers of Deja and lets our sorcerer do all the talking.
I don't want to see him kissing goblins, or if you catch him in bed with a goblin. He's going to have babies with a goblin. He's going to marry a goblin.
Understandably, this leads to all-out war, but a lot of fresh bodies for our new allies. Welcome to the Path of Dark. The pit is a fire hazard of winding corridors. Homeowners Association would have a word about
Look
this.
like that.
Goblin grub good.
But hey, we have much more
Groveling
charming
oh,
residents.
hello.
Uncle Baz looking rough since he sprained that ankle. Good thing we've got the NHS. We need to see Archibald, which is more difficult than it sounds, because if I follow the guard's
Archibald.
instructions, I'll accidentally enter a restricted area
that a
and get
lava?
torn to pieces. For our initiation, we have to reach the end of a shithole.
breeding
I
sewing?
can't decide what's
What the-
worse, kiting 24 behemoths in a corridor, or getting jump scared
Can you even kite them like that?
by a trap that's 20 decibels louder than anything else in the game. Colloquially known as the Waffle House that never sleeps, you have to complete the breeding zone in a single try, as leaving will reset the area. It's worth the suffering because we get access to dark magic, or so I thought.
Members only.
Time for our second promotions. For Cavalier to Black Knight, we have to rob the Elven Treasury. For Priest into Priest of Dark, we have to deface the altar in the Temple of the Sun. Both
Damn.
completely trivial. For Rogue to Assassin, we have to assassinate Lady Carmine, a diplomat who defected to the Wizard's Court. There's a
Carmine?
horde of angels between her, so we have to go invisible. On the way there, I get distracted.
Welcome.
What the?
As Taikisha goes for the throat, I realize she's a
What
friendly
just
NPC
happened,
and
bruh?
accidentally talk to her instead. Oops. It's time to leave, but as Celeste is in the sky, all we have to do is jump.
Whoa!
All that's left is the main reason for going dark,
Bro, ain't no
transforming
way.
our wizard into a lich. The ritual requires a soul jar as our phylactery, and we're all
Oh.
out. But there's a stolen shipment stashed inside the walls of mist. We get no experience from fighting here, so it's best to go invisible. This gives us a narrow time window between puzzle solving and staring at the
Wow.
backsides of genies. Pain is temporary. Lichdom is forever. And if you become a girl lich, you get pretty pink princess eyes instead. The forbidden pickle jar must never be consumed or thrown away. Attempt to do
What
so,
the-
and you'll quickly find out why. Just as we finish our
Oh.
promotions, we get a
Oh.
letter from an old friend.
Oh.
Niles Stanley, Mr. Malwick's employer, has come to collect on his favor. He wants us to steal a tapestry from Castle Gloaming. Doing this is a horrible idea,
Damn, what
as it
is all
locks
of
me out of
that?
story progression for at least a year of game time. But if I don't comply in a month's time, he's going to send starving adventurers and malnourished goblins to attack Harmondale. This isn't even a threat. It's an invitation to a good time. So we let the timer tick down and watch as my golem solos the entire raid. We
Damn,
celebrate by
okay.
giving our goblin so many BBLs. She becomes the living ship of Theseus, with no
Yay!
original parts. Is she still Nicki Minaj, or simply an automaton animated by cellulite? It's worth doing the other promotions, if not for the experience alone, then to see what kind of bullshit you have to survive for
Whoa,
the
why
other
the
classes,
swallow?
which include basic cryptography, for which you
What
have to
the
bust out
heck?
the pen and paper, the hardest promotion in the game, which
What?
forces you to visit the end game land of the giants to steal a dragon egg, and of
Whoa.
course, kidnapping a child for Bill Gates. What can I
What?
say? I walked, so Epstein could run. All that's left is to finish the story. After
What?
deactivating the teleporter shielding from Clanker's laboratory, retrieving a new shipment of soul jars, and rejoining the 2 altar pieces from the Temple of Light and Dark, Archibald's advisors stage a coup and overthrow him. Time for some quick lore. These are the adventurers from Light and Magic-free
Whoa.
Isles of Terra, whose starship was thrown off course
I
and
wonder how
crash
old
landed
is
on
that,
Enroth,
bro? What
at
the
which
hell?
point the group had a schism. Resurrectra, Sir Canahem, and Craghack left for the court of Gavin Magnus, while Castor, Darkshade, and Sir Maximus joined the Necromancers in Deja. Both have very different plans, but the same objective. The Oscillation Overthruster aboard the Lincoln. But we need a control cube to get in, which only they possess.
fuck
Every
is-
character listed is someone's precious OC. So, for the upcoming
what?
assassination, we have to act like Robert the Wise and
So
listed
what?
is someone's precious OC. So,
So
for the
what?
upcoming assassination,
What?
we have to act like Robert the Wise and Tolberti. were just there all along. Avoiding this boss fight is the single solitary reason for having a thief, as we may simply pinch the control cube from his pocket. But I want his blicky, which is more complicated, as he can eradicate 2 people at once with a single attack.
Oh.
However, Grandmaster Protection from Magic is completely busted and required for this encounter, like an
Wow.
ancestral memory from the drive-bys of my forefathers. Simply touching the Glock awakens primordial knowledge of how to use it. Visions of 7-Eleven stores and Indian gas station attendants swim
What?
across my psyche. The barrel cries out to me. It says, "Point me at a pregnant mother." Afterwards, Castor sends us to kill Xenofex and destroy the local devil cluster. Along the way, with the help of his brother, we rescue Roland Iron Fist, but not before enjoying the view. As
Bro,
thanks
where
for
are
saving
we
her
now
husband,
at the
Chris Hansen
timeline,
pardons
bro?
Archibald and exiles him to Clanker's laboratory. DoorDash arrives twice a week,
Clanker's
and if he doesn't
reward?
eat his greens, he doesn't get pudding. Finally, we have to board the Lincoln. Luckily, the environmental wetsuits come in child size for our dwarf. Unluckily, this area sucks, and a ship filled with one-shotting Terminators is even
Hey,
worse.
there's clankers. How did we got mecha stuff now? That seems kind of random. Aren't we like in medieval fantasy
Castor
earlier?
restores
Jesus
the Heavenly
Christ.
Forge, which he uses to 3D print a billion
Bro,
guns
what?
and chimp out. Originally, this was the canonical ending, which would explain the appearance of the
Oh.
Forge faction in the upcoming expansion to Here Is
Oh,
Free.
wow, what
People
the
didn't
hell
like
is
it
that?
because it's sci-fi. I didn't like it because it looked shit. The canon ending is we reactivate the gate system to reach Web Station 5 and access other worlds
What
seeded
the
by the ancients in the
hell?
Spinward Rim, many of which are isolated and unknown to the devils. So, that's Might and Magic 7. 26 years old, and still as good as the day it released. There's a myriad
Bro, I
of guides
know
and
it.
resources, which is partially why I never explained very much. The other reason being that I got tired, and I didn't feel like doing it. Each time I feel anxious about a video, I look at this picture of a divorced mother of 3 and immediately feel better, because whatever I'm going through, she's got it 10 times worse. As always, more content to come,
Right,
so stay
no
tuned.
way.
Your gold is safe with us.
A
Wait,
warm thanks
what
to
do
the
you
many
mean
members
there's
of the Merchants Guild, generously funding
futuristic
and bankrolling these
stuff
videos.
in Might
To
and
play
Magic?
you out,
Did I
here's Paul
understand
Anthony
that
Romero,
right?
the game's composer.
Whoa! That's the game's composer? Okay. Fire. Why did it suddenly become futuristic? Did I understand the timeline right? Well, I mean, there were ghosts, there were griffin, there were Egyptian shit. But still, we suddenly have a Glock all of a sudden. But damn, okay. Show him them music, bro. This shit kinda fire, bro. Wait, was this a personal request from him? Oh man, I think he's the top glazer of Might and Magic type of shit, you know? We wouldn't know if he's the only glazer right now, but I feel like everybody do love. Oh no, to be honest, he's the only one that I saw. I mean, I only know Might and Magic from him, from his thumbnails, because I didn't even get to like watch it up until now, probably. Hello, motherfucker. I hit that piano. Let's go. Whoa, a whole ass outro. Holy shit. Okay. You're thinking it was Skunk Tank or it's pre-evolution? Oh wait. Thanks for watching.